James, how are you? Haley, how are you? Can y'all hear me? James, how are you? See? It's interesting to me. Yeah. Kimura, I need your camera on so I can see which one is you. I have more than one of you. Por favor. Good morning, Lay. There you are, Kimura. So I have duplicates. You guys, are you guys having computer issues today? Or is it just me? Your Zoom too, Kimura? Yes. Okay, so it's not just me. All right, Christopher. So I need cameras on, you guys. So I know that we're connected because some of you I have duplicates of, and I know which one is you. Okay, por favor. How was your weekend? ¿Qué tal, clase? ¿Qué tal? How's things? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? What's new and exciting? Did you guys get cold weather like you were supposed to, or was it all just fine? And the news people were blowing it out of proportion as usual. Ah, muy bien. Okay. Good job, Kimura. So see, I got duplicates again. You guys make sure you have your cameras on, please. Buenos días, Carlota, Carolina, Arshas. Buenos días. Okay, so I know some of us are having connection issues. Está muy frío. See, it's cold. I am too. So yeah, got to work with it. Be flexible a little bit. Buenos días, Dallas. I need cameras on, you guys, because Zoom is giving me sometimes duplicates, and I don't know which one to get rid of unless I see you. So while we're waiting for everybody, ¿de qué color es tu cuarto? Or ¿de qué color es tu dormitorio? What do you think the question is asking? Yes, very good. We froze up. So this is what I mean. We got to be patient today, okay? What color is your bedroom? Tu dormitorio, tu dormitorio. So clase, dígamelo en chat en español. We got to remember our colors, right? So tell me in chat in Spanish. ¿De qué color es tu dormitorio? What color is your bedroom? Tu dormitorio. Buenos días, Marilisa. You guys, we're going to be lagging. We're going to be freezing today in Zoom. So we need to be patient, okay? And communicate with one another. If you don't answer me, then I don't know what you heard, what you didn't hear, right? So we got to work together. Rosa. Okay, that's a good color. Está muy bien. Azul claro. Muy bien. So, clase, ¿de qué color es tu dormitorio? What color is your bedroom? En español. Muy bien, Kamura. Dígamelo en chat en español. Clase, ¿de qué color es tu dormitorio? Morada. Muy bien. Blanco. Sí. Rosa. Azul claro. Anybody else? Morada. Gris. Okay. Muy bien. Muchos colores. Muchos colores. Sí. I'm going to give everybody another minute to log in and just see if we're having an issue before we start, okay? Muy bien. Azul claro. Okay, good, Carlota. Cool blue. See? Sí, muy bien. Muy bien. All right, good job, you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Again, patience is going to be the word today, y'all. Okay. Something in the middle of your screen. Yeah, Marilisa, go ahead, because I see this is the issue today, right? We have issues today. Go ahead, Marilisa. So, clase, hoy es lunes, el 12 febrero, 2nd of February today. You guys, it's Groundhog Day, right? And in Spanish-speaking countries, most of them, it's also a holiday. It's not Groundhog Day. That's only in the United States. But they have called La Candelora is the holiday today. And certain folks celebrate the holiday, if you will, by they go to church and they make from even in France to celebrate for today, right? So it's a holiday today, okay? El 2 febrero. And for those of you just joining us, you can see we're gonna be lagging, we're gonna be freezing, we're gonna have weird things with Zoom. We just need to be patient and communicate with me today, okay? So hoy vamos a practicar con el vocabulario de la casa, which we started last week, y con el verbo tener, y el verbo haber, which was I. So when we were going through our slides, I kept saying there is a stove in the kitchen, right? Right. Hay una estufa en la cocina. And we practiced that, right? And then we said, we used tener, right? Like la casa tiene un garaje, right? The house has, tiene, a garage. Okay, so we're going to practice those two verbs. And I think I mentioned last week that that verb I, which is spelled Hay, is probably the most important word you ever need to know how to use in Spanish, to be honest with you. Okay, because it's functional. So what we're going to do today is we're going to kind of review real quickly some of those words. So if you want, you guys can pull up your guided notes. Remember, they were divided by room to help you respond. You can pull up slides. The slides are published in the module 2, if you want to use those. So we're going to do a couple of warm-up things. We're going to do a couple of ed puzzles. We're going to do a couple of games. We'll do some Q&A practice. We'll review the vocab, et cetera, et cetera. So I need your activity today, even though Zoom is not going to cooperate very much with us, but we can do it. Okay. All right. Any questions about where we're starting and what we're doing? So if I were you, I would have my vocabulary pulled up. Okay. So that you can follow along. Otherwise, we're just kind of sitting here, right? So once again, you guys, this is what it looked like. And we went through each thing. El edificio, we said, or la vivienda is like the structure or building. Okay, and we had ascensor, elevator. We talked about what floor things were on, el primer piso o la planta baja, garaje, escalera being the stairwell. In a house, we had our rooms. La cocina, el comedor was the dining room, la sala, el baño. Right? It doesn't sound like a feminine word. It doesn't look like a feminine word, but it is. La puerta, the door. El suelo, the floor. La ventana is the window. Okay, so every room should have those. And then we went on to furniture and we talked about what each room could have. Okay. In la cocina, we had el microondas, microwave, lavaplatos, dishwasher, refrigerador. Sometimes, you guys, a refrigerator is called different things. Remember, there's so many Spanish-speaking countries, it's hard to sometimes narrow it down. But sometimes, like the freezer or the refrigerator might be called the nevera. Okay, so you're going to see different words. We just kind of have to roll with it. And then in our bedroom, we talked about el armario, in that in the construction of homes, they don't have like a walk-in closet. It's not built into the wall. So you have to buy a piece of furniture, okay, which is the armario, in order to have a closet. Okay. Cama is our bed. Mesita de noche or mesa de noche is our night table. Okay. Jardín. And then we talked about this hay dos libros en el tocador. There are 2 books in the dresser. And then we looked at our verb tener, and you should have filled this in on your notes. So yo tengo, tú tienes, él, ella, usted tiene, nosotros tenemos, ellos, ellas, y ustedes tienen. Okay, so we're going to practice with all of these sort of off and on today. Okay. All right. Any questions about what we're doing? That was a real quick thing. All right, let me get my screen pulled up, and fingers crossed that our deal is going to work today. Our Zoom is going to let us do this. Okay. Let me get there. I'm waiting. Sorry. Like I said, practice or patience today. Sorry, you guys. Give me a little time. Okay. All right, let's try this one. Let's see if it'll join us. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's try this. Are y'all ready? Thanks for being patient. I'm not sure what's in the atmosphere today. Okay, so remember, you guys, we're going to put our answers in the chat. We want to make sure that you can see my screen and make sure that you can hear. Okay, and the quicker we respond, the quicker we can move through. Okay, so miremos a Mirabel. Mirabel is from the movie, right? If you guys remember this movie. So you've probably seen her before, and that's all good. But we'll pause, we'll skip, but make sure that you put your answers in chat. Here we go.
Morning, Abuelo.
Is that loud enough for you all to hear? Yes? Okay. All right. So it says Mirabel está en. So looking at the image. Mirabel está en la puerta, la ventana, o las escaleras. A, B, or C. A, B, or C. Okay, good. A, B, or C, you guys, real quick. In the chat. Muy bien, Arshis. Good job, Carlota. A, B, or C. James, Haley. Lay, Melanie. Akari, Charlie. Come on, y'all. Catalina. A, B, or C. All right, y'all are telling me sí, las escaleras. That's correct. Está en las escaleras. She's on the steps, right? So notice, you guys, we're talking about location. So we have to use that form of estar here, okay? Not soy or es or any of those, right? But a form of estar. Okay. ¿Qué parte de la casa se abre? So do I need to replay? Let's rewatch that. Okay, what part of the house opens? A, la puerta, B, las ventanas, or C, el balcón? A, B, or C? Quickly. Carolina? Charlie? Muy bien, Carlota. Muy bien, Camor. Frozen. We froze up. Christopher, did you have an answer? Muy bien, Arshas. Good, Carolina. Muy bien, clase B. Las ventanas se abren. Sí, muy bien. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Mirabel está en. So what room is she in, you guys? El comedor, el dormitorio, o el baño? Good, good, Carlota. A, B, or C? Good, Kamura. Good, Marilisa. A, B, or C? Arshas, muy bien. Christopher, muy bien. Carolina, James, Melanie. Mirabel está en el comedor, el dormitorio, el baño. Sí, muy bien. You guys got this. En el comedor, right? In the dining room. Good job.
My cousin's ceremony is tonight. What's his gift? We're gonna find out. What's your gift? Who's asking? Us? Well, us. I can't just talk about myself. I'm only part of the amazing madrigals. Who's on the amazing madrigals? Ah, you're not gonna leave me alone, are you? Casita, help me out. Drawers. Floors.
Okay. Floors in Spanish. So we saw this. Remember, think first floor, second floor. Muy bien, Carlota. Is it pasto, pisos, or alfombra? Right? A, B, or C? Think first floor, second floor, blah, blah, blah. Muy bien, Marilisa. Marcius, what do you say? Melanie? Carolina, muy bien, Camora. James? A, B, or C? Sí, pisos, pisos, right? Muy bien.
Doors. Let's go. This is our home.
Okay, doors. Puertas, pisos, o paredes. A, B, or C? A, B, or C? Muy bien, you guys are telling me A, puertas. Muy bien, las puertas.
This is our home, we've got every generation, so full of music, a rhythm of its own design. This is my family, a perfect constellation, so many stars.
Okay, ¿dónde está Isabel? Isabel está en su dormitorio, la sala o el baño. A, B, or C, clase. A, B, or C? You froze up again. Sí. Muy bien. Isabela está en su dormitorio. Su dormitorio. Muy bien. Okay, let's go on.
So many stars and everybody gets to shine. Whoa! Let's be clear up while I run this show. Whoa! She let us hear so many.
Okay, ellos están. Now this is going to be a little tricky. En el tercer piso, on the third floor. El primer piso, on the first floor. Or en el segundo piso, on the second floor. What do you say here? What's your guess? That's going to be a little tricky. A, B, or C? Third floor, first floor, or second floor? That's what how they have them in order here. Okay, Haley. Okay, so you guys are all telling me I need one more answer to break a tie. Somebody else put their answer in. What y'all think? Okay, y'all are telling me B. B says first floor. So let's just see. Okay. So it's actually the second floor because if you can see down here, this would be first floor. So they're up on like this balcony, which is the second floor, right? So they start at the ground floor, la planta baja. Then they have el primer piso y el segundo piso, right? Second floor, ground floor, first floor, second floor. Okay. Bueno, that was a tricky one.
She let us hear so many years ago. Whoa! And every year our family blessings grow. There's just a lot you simply got to know. So, welcome to Family Madrigal, the home of the family Madrigal. We're on our way, where all the people are fantastic.
Okay. ¿Cuántos pisos tiene la casa? How many floors does the house have? ¿Dos pisos? ¿Tres pisos? O seis pisos? So pick A, B, or C. Again, this is kind of a tricky one. A, B, or C. ¿Dos pisos? ¿Tres pisos? O seis pisos? Okay, muy bien. Muy bien. Most of you guys, good, Carlota. Most of you guys are telling me A, so I'm just going to click A because that's what y'all are telling me. Sí, dos pisos, unless this is where the trick comes in. You're counting this little purpley pink thing up here as a third floor. Okay.
Everything! What are your powers? Just tell us what everyone can do! And that's why coffee's for grown-ups. My tia Peppa, her mood affects the weather. When she...
Okay. Tía Pepa está en el jardín, la piscina, the swimming pool, o el garaje, A, B, or C. El jardín, la piscina, o el garaje, A, B, or C. ¿Dónde está tía Pepe? Tía Pepa, sorry. Sí, muy bien. Tía Pepa está en el jardín, in the garden, right? See all the corn growing? Sí, in the garden or in the yard. Muy bien.
When she's unhappy, well, the temperature gets weird. Might be a Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno.
Okay, muy bien, clase. Any questions? No questions. So that was just a little quickie warm up, right? Get our energies going, I'm hoping. All right, muy bien. All right, we're going to switch over a little bit. We're going to practice our verb form. Okay, and first of all, we need to know what they mean, but then we need to know what they look like, what they sound like, etc. Okay, and then we're going to do some Q&A kind of stuff, and we'll practice. I have a little quick little game for us, no biggie. Okay, so here we go. So once again, you guys, I means there is or there are. So the great part about this verb, right, is that it is both singular and plural. It means there is or there are. And that is a great thing, because those of us who might be limited in Spanish, if we're trying to form a sentence or make a question, yeah, like let's pretend we're traveling, and we want to say, where is the train or something, right? Or where is the airport? If we can't remember to say donde está, right? El aeropuerto or whatever, we can just take this word, right? Hay un aeropuerto. Is there an airport? Like they're going to understand what you're asking, is my point, right? So that word, the fact that it's both singular and plural, the fact that we can take it in our limited Spanish and use it any which way we want, makes our communication much, much more flexible. So know that I okay, tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tiene. So I'm gonna switch up my screen before we do. I know I'm glitching, right? It's gonna be, that's the story of the day. So my apologies, you guys. My apologies.
Well, it's not going to write itself.
Okay, let's watch.
You're busy with all the...
Tengo, tienes, tiene, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, tienen, tienen. Tengo, tienes, tiene, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, tienen, tienen. Tengo, tienes, tiene, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, tienen, tienen. Tengo, tienes, tiene, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, tienen, tienen.
All right. So you guys, the point of these little songs, is to help us remember, like we should hear the song in our head at some point, right? Let's see. Okay. As cheesy as they are, because they're all pretty cheesy. Okay. Let me get my next thing pulled up here. Fingers crossed my computer is friendly to me. Okay, I'm going to play some really short games. And what I need you to do is to head on over, oops, hold on. Head on over to Canvas, please, and refresh your screen just in case. I'm trying to view as a student, you guys. It's giving me some grief. I guess I'm the one that needs to be patient too, huh? Okay, meet me in Canvas. Get rid of that. Get rid Okay, we froze up again. So you're in Canvas and you've refreshed your screen and you're in Unit 2 And the very last thing, because remember we work from the top down, is you should have a Quizlet on Tenaire. And I'm going to meet you in Go Guardian here just a minute. So let me know if you can't find it. Okay. Or if you have any issues with it. And if you click that, you should be able to match them. Okay, Christopher, let me know if y'all have any issues. Right, we're in Unit 2. Very last thing. Everybody should be practicing. Okay. Did it work for you, Haley? Ari, can you check the chat, please? Okay, so we separated again. Did it load for everyone? Give me a thumbs up, you guys, if you managed to get it done, since we're interrupted all the time. Okay, thank you, Marlies. Thank you, guys. Okay, thanks for communicating with me so that I know, because obviously if we stop and start, I'm not going to know. Okay. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, you guys, thank you for that, is I'm going to put up some images, and we'll do some listening practice. I will give you we have another video to watch. I've got a short one. I've got some Q&A questions for us. We'll see how far we get, right? And hopefully we'll have some time to play another short game. Okay. All right. So let me get my slides. Okay. All right. Give me a thumbs up, please, if y'all can see my screen, because I'm struggling with the connection. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Kimura. Okay. So if you have your guided notes, if you're still in Canvas, I would click on them so that, again, you have access to them so that you can answer questions. That's the whole point of this, developing our listening skills. Okay. So let's take a look at my first screen. it says, La casa tiene 7 cuartos importantes. What is that pink sentence talking about? What do you guess? Please unmute, you guys. It goes so much faster. La
The
casa,
house has 7 rooms.
yes. What kind of rooms?
Important rooms.
Important rooms. So, in other words, a way of saying main rooms, right? La cocina, la sala, el comedor, el garaje, el baño, el jardín is not really a room, but a part of it. Y el dormitorio, another word for dormitorio is cuarto. Okay, so it depends again where we're from. Okay. All right, so we'll do this one together just so you can see how the rest of them are going to go. Okay, so you're going to see a screen like this. En la cocina, right? So in the kitchen, there is the stove, la estufa, el fregadero, el refrigerador, y el lavaplatos, right? So in the kitchen, there's the stove, the sink, the refrigerator, and the dishwasher. Sorry, we're frozen, right? So our next slide is going to be blank, no text, and I'm going to call on you. So if I say, for example, Kimura, ¿qué hay en tu cocina? What do you have in your kitchen? You are going to start by answering me with this word, right? You're going to say, there is una estufa, right? En mi cocina, right? Because if the question is your, in our response, it would become my kitchen. Do you remember all that, you guys, when we did me, mis, tus? Okay, so you see, you guys, what I'm saying? We got to start putting all these things together, right? So if I were to call on somebody, you would say, and I said to you, ¿qué hay en tu cocina? You would say, hay un refrigerador en mi cocina. Okay, give me thumbs up if y'all get what I'm asking of you. Okay, muy bien. So let's get started. All right. So here we go. En el comedor hay la mesa, la alfombra y las sillas. En el comedor hay la mesa, la alfombra y las sillas. ¿Qué hay en tu comedor? ¿Qué hay en tu comedor? So, Carlota, you want to go first? Very good. Carlota, can you read it to us?
Hay una alfombra en mi comedor.
Perfect. Hay una, right, feminine, alfombra en mi comedor. Yay, muy bien, right? It's always hard to go first. Perfecto. Okay, I want to see other responses in the chat. Go ahead and put them in the chat. ¿Qué hay en tu comedor? Come on, y'all. Arshas, Carolina, Charlie, Akari, Haley, James, Aslin. Perfect, Marilisa. Perfect, Arshas. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the next one. Muy bien, you guys. Okay. En la sala hay un televisor, un sillón o una silla, el sofá y un estante o una estantería. Okay. Again, multiple words depending upon where we're at. Sillón is like a big armchair versus a silla is just like a regular, like straight up and down chair. Okay. So en la sala hay el televisor, un sillón, un sofá, o un estante o estantería. Okay, so you can put your answer in the chat and then I might call on you. So, ¿qué hay? See, Christopher, Melanie, KI en tu sala. Yeah, I'm aware, Kimura. I'm trying to be patient. Very good, Kimura. Very good, Marilisa. Is this one? I missed this one. Carlota, muy bien. Okay, Carolina, ¿qué hay en tu sala? Dallas? Okay. Kimura, can you unmute and read us your sentence, por favor?
Yes, I can. Hay un sofá en mi sala.
Perfect. Hay un sofá en su sala, right? In her family room, right? Hay un sofá en su sala. Muy bien. Okay, this one's a little harder. So let's take a look at it. En el baño hay el espejo, the mirror, la ducha, the shower, la bañera, the tub, y el excusado o el inodoro, right? The toilet. So, en el baño. Pop a sentence into the chat, por favor, clase. ¿Qué hay en tu baño? ¿Qué hay en tu baño? Sí, it's feminine. Ajá. Arshis. Muy bien, Kamura. Muy bien, Marilisa. Carlota, muy bien. All righty, Marilisa, can you give us your sentence, por favor? ¿Qué hay en tu baño?
Hay una ducha en mi baño.
Perfecto. Hay una ducha en su baño. Sí, she's got a shower in her bathroom. Muy bien, clase. Okay. Let's do this one. En el dormitorio o en el cuarto hay la cama, el armario, el tocador or la cómoda, again, depending upon what country you're from, la mesa de noche, the nightstand, or mesita de noche. Okay. So, ¿qué hay en tu cuarto? ¿Qué hay en tu dormitorio? Pop it in the chat. Perfect. Perfect. You guys are doing a great job. Christopher, ¿qué hay en tu dormitorio, Christopher? Arshas, ¿qué hay en tu dormitorio? Can you unmute?
Did you call on me?
Sí, Arshas.
Okay, I think it froze.
Yes, if I'm sure it did. ¿Qué hay en tu dormitorio o en tu cuarto?
I la cama.
La cama, sí. In my bedroom, en mi cuarto, right? Sí, muy bien. Una cama. Muy bien, clase. You guys got this. Okay. Bueno. All right. Now, last thing. Let's take a look at this picture. Can y'all see this picture large enough? Yes or no? Yes, that's because that's important. So give me a thumbs up. See, okay. So I'm just going to go from the top down, muy bien, Christopher, from the top down, just so that we all get oriented. And then I'm going to ask you some random questions. This one's going to be a little more difficult. Okay. So again, starting from top to bottom, la chimenea is the chimney, obviously. El dormitorio, el baño, y el dormitorio principal. So the main bedroom, the principal bedroom. Clase, escúchame. So listen carefully. I know we're going to get frozen. But en el primer piso, ¿ya? En el primer piso hay el dormitorio, el baño y el dormitorio principal. Another way I can say the same thing is I could say this. El primer piso tiene el dormitorio, el baño y el dormitorio principal. Okay. Everybody following me so far? Thumbs up me. See? Okay. Perfecto. La planta baja tiene la cocina, el comedor y la sala. Or en la planta baja hay la cocina, el comedor y la sala. En el sótano hay la oficina y el lavadero. El sótano tiene la oficina y el lavadero. Okay? All right, so listen carefully to some questions. I'm going to ask you to respond in the chat. Now listen, you can respond in English. The point here is for you to understand what I'm asking you. Okay, everybody cool? In Sorry, if you want to answer in Spanish, you can. For me, you can answer in English. Okay, so here's our first question, and I'll repeat them 2 or 3 times. Okay. All right, here's número 1. ¿Dónde está el sofá? ¿Dónde está el sofá? You can answer in English or in Spanish, whatever you prefer. Good, Charlie. Carlota, muy bien. Kamura, muy bien. Muy bien. English or Spanish, it doesn't matter, but I just need to hear from everybody. ¿Dónde está el sofá? And our questions are going to get increasingly more difficult, right? Starting out easy here. Christopher, did you answer me? Melanie? Carolina? Muy bien. Okay, sí, muy bien, clase. El sofá está en la planta baja, right? En la sala. So it's on the ground floor in the living room. The sofa is, right? Okay, muy bien. Good job. Okay. Here we go. Next. Remember, I told you that we're going to get a little more difficult. Okay. Our next question. ¿En qué piso? ¿En qué piso está la oficina? ¿En qué piso? ¿En qué piso está la oficina? Very good, Kimura. You can answer in English, remember. ¿En qué piso está la oficina? Very good, Carlota. Anyone else? Very good, Marilisa. Marcius? Akari? Sí, in the basement, absolutely. En el sótano, Christopher. In the basement, right? Or on the, I guess, the ground. Well, I guess it's not the ground floor, it'd be the basement, right? Okay, yeah, very good. So the office is in the basement. Muy bien, clase, muy bien. Okay, a few more. ¿Qué muebles, clase, qué muebles, right here is the word, hay en el dormitorio principal? Again, you can answer in English. ¿Qué muebles hay en el Christopher, I'd like to hear from you. ¿Qué muebles hay en el dormitorio principal? ¿Qué muebles hay? Muebles. If you have your vocab list open, check it out. What are muebles? Yep, Kimura. Melanie? Good job, my Lisa. Dal. So who can tell me real quick, what's a muebles? What are muebles? Good, Carlota. What are muebles? Anybody remember? You can holler it out. Unmute. And
How do you
holler.
spell it?
It's right here up on the screen. Muebles, right? See right here? What are muebles? It's in your vocab list. Who can tell me what those are?
A piece of furniture.
Exactly. Furniture or furnishings. Yeah. So let me ask you the question again. ¿Qué muebles hay en el dormitorio principal? How can you answer? You can answer in English. I just need to know that you understand the question. Very good, Kimura. Carlota, muy bien. Anybody else? So we could have said cama, we could have said bed, right? We could have said tocador or cómodo, right, for the dresser. Okay. Muy bien. Okay. Same room. We're in the same room now. I'm going to ask you a different kind of question. So listen carefully. Same room. ¿De qué color es el piso del dormitorio principal? ¿De qué color es el piso, right? El piso, where my feet are, en el dormitorio principal? Let me say it again. Listen carefully. Very good, Marilisa. ¿De qué color es el piso del dormitorio principal? Very good, you guys. Muy bien. Again, you can answer in English. Sí. Muy bien. El piso. Sí, muy bien. El piso en el dormitorio principal, the floor, clase. I could have said alfombra, right? La alfombra, the rug. I'm assuming it's a rug, but whatever it is, the question was what color is the floor? And so the answer would be blue, azul. Okay. Okay, so in my background, you guys, I have question words up in my background if you need them. All right, here we go. ¿Cuántas sillas? ¿Cuántas sillas hay en el comedor? Who can tell me, first of all, what is cuánto in Spanish with the T? What does that word, what does that question word mean? It's behind me. Yeah, how many or how much? Okay, so ¿cuántas sillas? You got to know what silla are. Hay en el comedor. Very good, Marilisa. ¿Cuántas sillas hay en el comedor? Very good, Kimura. I'll say it again. Muy bien, Carlota. ¿Cuántas sillas? So we know cuánto is how much or how many. Sillas are chairs, Christopher. ¿Cuántas sillas hay en el comedor? Arshas? Muy bien, Arshas. Christopher, what's your answer? Muy bien. ¿Cuántas sillas hay? Dos, clase. Two. We have two chairs, right? ¿Cuántas sillas hay en el comedor? We had two chairs. Okay, muy bien. Okay. One more question, and then we're going to do something different because you guys are doing a great job. ¿Cuántas ventanas tiene la casa? ¿Cuántas ventanas tiene la casa? Yeah, we have to remember, what is a ventana? ¿Cuántas ventanas tiene la casa? What am I asking? Marilisa, muy bien. Perfect. Are we unfroze? Okay, muy bien. So the question was, ¿cuántas ventanas? How many windows does the house have, right? ¿Cuántas ventanas tiene la casa? La casa tiene dos ventanas, solamente dos. There's only 2 windows in this whole house. Okay? Sí, dos ventanas. Hay dos ventanas en la casa, right? Hay 2 windows. Hay dos ventanas en la casa. Okay, you guys did a fantastic job, man. You pat yourselves on the back. Good job. Nicely done. Even with all the freezing up and everything. Okay. Muy bien. All right. I have one last video and then we're going to switch gears. All right, you guys. This one, you know, it is what it is, but if we pay attention, it'll help us. Okay. So give me a second to get it loaded. All right. Make sure you can hear.
Tapas de español. Pequeñas clases.
All right, hold on. Slow this baby down. Let's try to put in some subtitles. Why? Why does it do this to me? Always so many clicking. I think because we're sharing. Okay, here we go.
De lengua para aprender y disfrutar. Por profedl.es. Hoy tenemos los verbos haber, estar y tener. Haber, estar y tener son verbos que se usan mucho. Veamos algunos ejemplos. Haber. En la mesa hay una tarta. Estar. La tarta está en la mesa. Tener. Yo tengo una tarta en la mesa.
All right, so let's take a look at this. We're not going to watch this whole video, so we need to kind of take advantage of the fact that our Zoom is working. So we have these 3 verbs, right? I, our form of estar, and our verb to have. Notice the sentence structure has to change a little bit, right? Ultimately, we're saying tarta. I'm just making a general observation, a statement of fact. Okay. I'm waiting for my internet connection. Ugh. Okay. Estar we use for location, right, you guys? La tarta está en la mesa. We're saying the pie is on the table. Okay. So that's location. To have means that it's something that I possess or that someone possesses, which is a little more personal. So, yo tengo una tarta. I have a pie on the table. Okay. So, three ways of saying essentially the same thing, but estar for location, I for a general thing that really like has nothing to do with me necessarily, like there are two windows in the house or there's a pie on the table, versus I have a pie on the table or my house has two windows. Okay. So it's more about what is personal and what is impersonal. Okay. Let's listen to a few more.
Tener. Tengo una tarta en la mesa. ¿Cuál es la diferencia
I'm going to
expresa propiedad? ¿Podemos cambiar el sujeto de Paco? Uy, es muy bonita.
Okay, let's watch this next
A
one
ver,
and then we'll be done with this.
no puede cambiar porque no hay sujeto. Hay un sillón muy cómodo en su casa. Es impersonal, no hay sujeto. ¿Cómo es la casa de Paco? Uy, es muy bonita. Tiene 2 dormitorios y un salón enorme.
Okay, so the guy says, what is Paco's house like? And so she's going to describe the house. So notice she's using tiene. The house has 2 bedrooms and a big sala, big living room, right? Es muy bonita. It's very pretty.
¿Y qué hay en el salón? Hay 2 sillones, 2 sofás y mucha luz, porque tiene 3 ventanas enormes. Como ves, en estos casos podemos usar haber y tener sin grandes diferencias. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre haber y estar? Haber identifica elementos no conocidos. Hay un sillón verde en su casa. Hablamos de un sillón conocido por el interlocutor y lo situamos en un espacio, su casa.
Okay, so once again, it personal versus impersonal, right? Hay un sillón verde, there's a green chair, but if I know where the chair is, I'm going to use estar. El sillón verde está en su casa. So once again, you guys, these 3 verbs that we should be familiar with, that we should be comfortable with, right? I, H-A-Y, both singular and plural. A form of estar when we're talking about location. I'm sorry, I, when we're talking about there are these things that are like impersonal. Tener, to have, is more personal because we know we have them or we know who has them. Okay. 3 things to keep in mind, right? You guys are trucking right along in Spanish, right? Oh, no problem. Okay. All right. Any questions about those 3 things? We've practiced tener today. We've practiced I today. We've practiced our vocabulary today. We've done quite a bit today. So pat yourselves on the back. Nicely done. Okay. Bueno. What's to do next? I'm waiting on my computer. Right. No surprise there. Okay. 1 second. I have a short game for us. And then I'm going to give you guys, wait, what time is it? Oh, we don't have time for game. Okay, so let's do this. So Wednesday, all assignments are due for 3rd quarter. When you guys go into VHL and you try to make up assignments, you need to check the dates because VHL doesn't go by our school calendar, right? So just know that anything in VHL for third quarter is from January 6th until now. So if there's something in there that you did not do prior to or before January 6th, you don't do it. Try to find anything that you might be missing January 6th onward. Okay. So what I'd like for everybody to do now is go ahead and check out your Canvas gradebook, pop into VHL and see what you need to do. Remember that all of these things by Wednesday. Okay. And so now is a good time to all right. We're still freezing up. There's a Nearpod in there that everybody still needs, not everybody, but that a lot of people still need to do on the Alebrije. There's a Nearpod on the comprehension about the first day of school at the university. We watched that little listening story with those two girls that met at the university. There's a Nearpod that goes with that. There's that listening comprehension sheet. A lot of you still need to get that turned in as well. Several of you still need to turn in the guided notes for our house vocabulary. So you do have some work to do. Okay. So stick around in class. I haven't taken roll yet with all of the freezing up and stuff. So I'm going to do that now. I know, James, it's the day, right? I'm going to try to take roll as best I can. See if I can do this. I appreciate you guys' patience and your participation as always. That's what makes things go faster. Yeah, I'm going to meet you in Go Guardian. So please don't forget to check out Canvas and VHL, right? To see what you're missing. Okay, you guys, adios a todos. We're going to freeze up and freeze up. Reach out to me. Oh, real quick, office hours tomorrow at 1:45. So if you need help with something, pop in, go to the Learning Vault on your homepage, click on the link and join me if you have a question tomorrow at 1:45. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go since our connections are so bad. Adios a todos. Have a great rest of your day. Adios.